has come along, and here we are in heaven. For you are mine at last.
And these celebrations will go long, long on into the German night. There's no doubt about that. And the consequences of this route as well could be far-reaching. I mean, first of all, there have been so many tales of the elder statesmen of this squad leaving the club. Are those plans now put on hold?
I don't know. I think still you need to bring younger players in still. You know, I also thought that, you know, with the play they had, that maybe their chance had been gone already. And then all of a sudden, when Robbie Di Matteo took over, all of a sudden he gave them the belief that they're still important for the team. And from there it all started. And this is a miracle. This is an absolute miracle, because you didn't play well today against Barcelona. You didn't play well, and you got the cup. And you have to, you know, you have to treasure this. This is a special moment. It's almost like it's written in the stars. This was yours. And like we already said, Drogba, the last kick, last goal, is an unbelievable feeling. And I'm really very proud of this Chelsea team. Proud of the resilience, the strength, and what they showed. And I'm very proud of Robbie Di Matteo. Really happy, really emotional also.
Where does this leave Robbie Di Matteo? I think people thought that he might be out at the end of the season. How on earth can he now be left out?
But the most important thing is...
Actually, Jamie, I'm going to interrupt. Okay, we can't go. Yes.
Well, I mean, I think under Abramovich, there's been 8 managers. They've took a hire and fire mentality. If they're going to go and give Roberto Di Matteo the job, give him the time to build the team that he wants. There's no point after 6 months next year if they're struggling, then go and change the manager again. You have to give this guy the time and the belief. There'll be a few managers probably watching tonight that were interested in this job that might think, oh, I don't know about that now. Where do I take Chelsea after this? They've won the Champions League. Look at that squad. Can they go and do it again? So there'll also be managers looking at that, but if you're going to give it to Roberto Di Matteo, give him the time to go and build the team.
We need to hear from Frank Lampard. He's with Jeff Shreves.
Frank, when we spoke in the week, you said you'd happily take on the Germans on penalties. Glad you did.
In the end, when we missed the first one, I don't know, but I don't know, there was a little feeling about tonight once we got back in the game, once we managed to take it to penalties. I've lost so many times against Germans, and at Chelsea we've lost so many times, so you feel that one day it's going to come, and today's the day.
What was it about tonight, do you think?
Well, I think it's the culmination of what we've been doing lately, from where we was to the hard work and the spirit to get what we got. Again, we dug in tonight. It wasn't beautiful at times, but you know what, from where we was in the season, we were never going to play beautiful football in these games, but we've just won the Champions League. It's amazing.
Do you have unshakable belief, do you think, because of what you've been through?
At 1-0 down, I didn't. I mean, we felt leggy at the end. People were cramping up. It's been a long, tough season. We've had, 4 suspended, had 2 centre-halves to train 3 days. So it's, mix and match today as well, and we've got our result.
And what does it mean to finally do it, to finally land the Champions League for Chelsea?
It means everything. It means everything. And I've been here 11 years. John's been here longer. Didier, Pete, 8 years. We've been so close so many times. So everything.
What did Roman say to you up there?
Just a cuddle, and he said thanks, and I said thanks, because without him we wouldn't be here. He's took this club to amazing places, and he deserves this more than anyone.
And also tonight, after this, surely has Roberto Di Matteo got to get the job?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's a question for tonight. He's done amazing. Listen, that's up to the club, up to the owner. But you know what? Whatever happens with him, he deserves everything.
Go on, enjoy your celebration.
Can I just say one thing to my little girls? My little girls are back home, and I told you Chelsea were the best team in the world, and tonight we are. Get in there.
He's come through a lot, hasn't he? That is for sure, and the owner has kept faith in him, changed the management, of course, and he has got his reward this evening. And when you think back to Napoli, Graham, sorry to keep going back, but no spirit, no heart, no passion, no togetherness. What a transformation.
They were a club in turmoil, Jeff, and to witness this now is quite incredible. You can talk about, and I've mentioned that, we've all mentioned that against Barcelona they shouldn't have got through. Again tonight, if there's any logic, they shouldn't have won this game tonight. You know what? Forget all that, because in a few years' time, you look back and the statistic is that when they went to Barcelona and dug out a result, they beat Barcelona at home, and they've come to the Lions Den. They beat Bayern Munich in their own stadium, and okay, it went to penalties. Yeah. Forget all that. Their name is now on the trophy. They have done it the hard way. They've rode their luck, most certainly have, but they've done it the hard way. And fair play to them, tremendous belief, fair play to the manager, fair play to the players. They've believed in what they've been doing, and this feeling they're experiencing now, I just hope they're cherishing every single second of it, because this feeling is quite unique.
It's a great point what he makes. There's no pictures on that trophy of how they got there. You know, it's an incredible achievement. I couldn't believe it. If you went back to it in Naples, Ashley Cole's goal clearance on the line at 3-1. Massive, massive moment. 2-0 down against Barcelona. Ramirez's goal when he goes through. Even then, you still didn't believe. You know, I'm sure they were looking at it there, thinking the players might have been in a 4 or 5-0 defeat. But they've clung in there. They've shown so much desire, appetite, and I still can't believe it. But a lot of it, that guy there on your screen has carried them throughout this whole Champions League campaign. He has been absolutely magnificent. What a footballer. He's got a lot to follow. This guy in front of you, Torres, he's got to follow him. He's big shoes.
Yeah, I think big shoes. I think they'll have a good night. I remember when we won. You can drink any amount of alcohol, Jeff, and it doesn't have any effect on you. The plus you get from this supersedes everything.
Let's go back and rejoin Jeff Reeves.
Gary, what about that for a first season at Chelsea?
That's the first half season. Absolutely unbelievable. Can't really put it into words, especially, I mean, coming here, I come here to win trophies, but to pick 2 up in 6 months has been absolutely unbelievable.
How close were you to not making it with that hamstring?
I could feel it slightly, but I was never going to miss the game. It wasn't ideal under any circumstances, obviously. Same with David. We only trained about 3 days leading up to it, and obviously no game. So, listen, it's just amazing, especially to go extra time as well. We didn't really need that, but no, it's fantastic. I'm absolutely over the moon.
Did you feel it much in the game?
Not really. I felt cramped more than anything, obviously, because like I said, we've only trained for three or 4 days leading up to the game, and to come into such a big game was a big ask. But I thought the lads were tremendous today, dug in. They showed that spirit that we've showed in the previous games leading up to this one.
What is it like standing there watching penalties for you?
To say I was up next, nerve-wracking. I was just praying that Didier stuck that way, so I didn't really have to go up. But yeah, it was just amazing, especially when they scored late on in the game. For Didier to turn up again, big game player that he is, and dig us out that hole that we was in, and to stick the last penalty in, it was just fitting.
What does it mean to have that round your neck?
No, it's not your job. No, it's my job.
Okay,
come down.
interview him then. Right.
Yes. How do you feel tonight, man?
Great, man. I'll leave it to you, yeah?
Good job.
How do you feel tonight, man?
I feel great, man.
You know, do you know why we won this cup?
What is that all about?
What is that, man?
We know it's going to be difficult tonight, but we know we're going to overcome. So, you know,
Hey, this is
always, you know, always fight through it.
Hey, this is the best night of our lives. I mean, we've worked all season and people have written us off quite a lot. But I think this is the biggest night of Chelsea's life. I think.
Can I have a go?
No.
What does it mean also for you two guys? Because Roberto Di Matteo brought you back into the team, didn't he?
Yeah, and I think we did a great job. You know, it wasn't an easy season. We fight. We come together in the club, and I'm very happy that we are keep all the cup that we have, and that's a big one, and that's the one we've been fighting for. And congratulations to you.
Thank you, my friend.
Well done, guys. Thank you.
I think Sky Sports may just have discovered a new interviewer for big games in the future. We heard from Gary Cahill though. Before the match, Roberto Di Matteo said high-risk strategy playing both Cahill and David Luiz. It was a risk which was worth taking, wasn't it? That's for sure. How did you view the performance of those two?
Of course, very good. But what is the risk? You know, that he had no other options.
No choice,
So, for that reason, the only risk was that he didn't hope that he tear again another muscle or that he get injured. So he was just praying that everything went well, and they did well. You know, and I think luck was also a big part of this team, and it happened. It happened on the most crucial moment. You had it.
Let's hear from John Terry. Here's with Jeff.
John, be honest, what was that like for you having to watch?
Probably worse watching, I think. Incredible, incredible. The lads were fantastic. First half, second half. You know, when it goes to penalties as well, it's amazing how the momentum swings. And once they missed their second one, that was it. You know, it was always going our way.
In many ways, though, you're not surprised because it's been typical of Chelsea's roller coaster season.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, 3-1 down against Napoli in the quarters, then Benfica as well. Everyone sort of ruled us out early on in this competition as well, and we've come back. Even today, you know, they scored in the 83rd minute. Didier comes up with a goal, they miss a penalty. You look at the Barcelona game as well, and you know, sometimes things are meant to be, and I'm so happy that it's meant to be Chelsea this year.
Tell us about the unity in this squad and what Roberto Di Matteo created, because after Napoli, it was in bits, wasn't it?
No, it was. I mean, when you look at the away game, you know, it was a do or die game for us, and you know, this competition means the world to this football club. You see the fans today, what it means to them. I mean, so many Chelsea fans back home as well have not made the trip. Unfortunately, not been able to get the ticket, but everyone here is thinking of them, and thanks to every Chelsea supporter for their support.
Of course, you'd have loved to play tonight, but yourself, Ramirez, of course, and Branislav Ivanovic, and Morales, of course, all played your part leading up to tonight.
Yeah, different ball game. I mean, you spoke about Robbie as well, about having, you know, big nights, big occasions, big players, and we had, you know, young Ryan come in and was fantastic as well, and the manager showed great faith in the younger players. And not many managers, you know, in Robbie's position would have put a young player like Ryan in, but when Ryan's come in, it's been superb, and was tonight.
In terms of job applications or interviews, surely you can't do any better than that.
2 trophies, the one we've been after for so long. Yeah, I mean, the owner was in tears up there. That's how much it means to him. You know, who knows? He's been brilliant. You know, the players and the fans. We can't ask for no more than what he's done.
And the fact that you were included as well up there to pick up the trophy with Frank as well, does that mean a lot to you?
It means the world to me. You know, it's a great touch from Frank as well. It's a really nice gesture from UEFA as well. So, you know, I think they realise what it means to the players as well. It's an unfortunate situation that I put myself in. Unfortunate for the players on yellow cards as well, but you know, a great night like this, you have to be involved.
I'm sure that won't spoil your night tonight. Well done, John.
Thanks, yeah, thank you.
And the scenes go on and on and on, and everybody wants the cup, and everybody wants to raise it high and to kiss it, and those celebrations will last for a very, very long time. And we saw a minute ago just a shot of Frank Lampard being absolutely mobbed by Chelsea fans there. How his season has turned around in 3 months.
Well, going back to the Napoli game again, Jeff, on the bench, along with Ashley Cole, but good players, they make things happen. You know, that just, what must he be thinking now? Penny for his faults, for his Boas. What was doing so wrong? This is held that. I mean, that's a problem that I don't think he did tonight. He was to put it fast all girls and to loop player. He felt that I think this whole season, with 5
It was a bad season for English football in general in the European Cup, getting knocked out very, very easily. So this makes it for English football, again, a very good season. But, you know, they have to be on top of it because Spanish are not sitting still and also the Germans are not sitting still. So it's a hard work again for English, but it's good for English football.
And we talked about the threat, didn't we, of Robin and Ribéry, but Chelsea neutralised that threat.
You have to say, you know, you talk about 2 centre-halves. The manager did say it was a high-risk situation playing both of them. How many blocks? It was like Barcelona. It was déjà vu. Barcelona was shooting from all areas of the 18-yard box, and there was bodies going in. They were getting blocks in. You have to say Peter Cech made some very good saves. You have to say that Chelsea rode the luck. You have to say that Gomez was shocking tonight. You know, he has a couple of golden edge opportunities. Olic late on in the game where he squared it to Van Boysen instead of putting it in. So they rode the luck, but I'll come back to it. Forget all that. The name's on the trophy. Yeah. They've beaten Barcelona over 2 legs, and everyone's talking about Barcelona has been the best club side ever. And they've come here tonight into the Lions Den, played Bayern Munich, who are a very good team, taken them on in their own style, and ended up winning the trophy. And that's all that matters. And home with that trophy on the Chelsea plane tonight, or tomorrow morning, whatever. They have their hands on that trophy. They can call themselves the champions of Europe.
There's 1 or 2 players that can. You know, you think about David Luiz, he's almost been laughing stock at the start of the season, wasn't he? We all questioned, would he ever be, is he good enough to play in the Premier League? The performance he produced tonight with an injury as well, alongside Gary Cahill, £7 million from Bolton earlier in the season. He didn't look capable of playing for Bolton very well, but all of a sudden he's, you know, he's been an absolute warrior.
Roberto Di Matteo, by the way, is currently with his family, so we can't get hold of him just at the moment, but no one would deny him those few minutes with his family. And of course, by the way, it's impossible not to feel sympathy for Tottenham fans at the moment, isn't it? But Chelsea now are in the Champions League next season, and they go straight into the group stages. All 4 English teams straight into the group stages of the Champions League. It has been incredible. Jamie, Ruth, Graham, thanks very much indeed for your company. It has been a season that has defied belief, and now we've seen everything. A footballing miracle. An English team beats a German team in a penalty shootout, and Chelsea are the champions of Europe. Good night.
There is a house built out of stone. This is a place where I feel at home.
Well, away we go. It's certainly a spectacular setting here. Chelsea will just not let go in the Champions League. Drogba has given away a penalty. The check saves. It's hit the post. He's done it! The greatest night in the history of Chelsea Football Club. European champions. They've beaten Bayern in their own backyard.